Family, welcome back to the Kappa Convention. With me, I have Kerry, the president of the NPA. How's it going?
It's going good.
Awesome. So what made you come out all the way to California?
I came to represent.
Nice. Beautiful. Represent the NPA here in California.
That's it, man. So they, wanted to make sure that I come out here and show my support to the California Pawnbrokers Association and then see what's going on. It's been several years since I've been out to Kappa.
Nice.
So it was a good time to come back and see what's happening.
It's awesome, right?
It is. It really is. I've been totally impressed by what they've done.
Nice. So how long have you been in the presidency so far?
Since July.
How's it going?
Yeah. Well, a little more work than what I thought. But
no one tells you that, right?
Right.
Like, it's going to be easy.
The amount of emails and the phone conferences and calls, but it's going good though. It
awesome.
Really is.
I appreciate the fact that you stepped up and to take the presidency. I think it's a leadership role that seldom people will take, but I think your love for the industry and what you want to do for the industry is going to propel you to success and do some awesome things this year.
Well, thanks a lot.
What's coming up with the National Pawnbrokers Association?
Well, we have our October board meeting coming up, but after that we'll have the legislative conference.
Awesome.
That's always a great thing to attend. If you've never been to that, that's something I think that every pawnbroker should try to come to. They'll really get to see what the NPA does by visiting on the Hill and doing the Hill visits and talking to our representatives and congressmen about what's going on and the things that are happening in our industry.
Very cool. So here at CappaCon, we have tons of vendors. If you're a California pawnbroker, you're not here, you're missing out because it's just about the relationships as well.
Exactly right.
You're meeting new people. I'm sure you're learning some great stuff.
Yep, I've already picked up a couple new vendors.
Nice.
For myself and hopefully for the NPA show. So.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, so it's really, really important because that way you don't just pick up vendors, but you get to talk with people who use the vendors and what their experience is and why you should use them. And I always believe that being at these conventions, you learn so much. Like right now, we're looking at the bar.
Right.
People are having drinks.
Yeah.
We're going to have dinner a little bit.
I'm getting thirsty.
And we're getting thirsty. I have my, where's mine? Mine's right here. Mine's right there. So Lisa Little, just to let you know, Lisa Little is joining. She says, "Wow,
Lisa.
The big cheese is with us." My wife
just talked to her 2 days ago.
Nice. My wife's watching us. Hello, babe. And Joe Pawner's watching. So
hey,
from Pawn South. So when it comes to stuff like this, why did you get involved in an association? Like, what made you say, "Hey, you know what? I want to be a part of something. I want to be a part of."
Well, if you have to be a part of it if that's your livelihood. Years ago, in Louisiana, we had some bills that came out that was against us that would have really hindered and hurt our business. So that's how our association got started, and we got involved into it and trying to save our association. And you have to be proactive, but that's what keeps me involved, is trying to be proactive and trying to make sure that my family and my kids can inherit, or the next pawnbroker can inherit what we've done and continue on to do business like we need to be.
I love that. You said something that was so important. You said proactive.
Yes.
A lot of pawnbrokers are reactive as opposed to being proactive.
And by the time you're reactive, it's too late.
And it costs a lot more money.
Correct.
It's way too late. And the stress and anxiety that it causes is over the top.
Right. You have to look ahead, figure out what the next step is going to be, just like in business.
Yeah.
You've got to look ahead and say, okay, this is what needs to go next, or what may happen. And you got to be proactive in trying to beat it there before it gets there.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a lot less stress, a lot less time, and a lot less money.
And that's being proactive is coming to these conventions, learning.
Yeah.
Like today we had seminars on social media marketing, HR. There was stones and synthetic stones. There was compliance.
Right.
Lots of stuff. That way, when people walk out of here, they know exactly what to expect, and they can be a step above those who aren't joining us.
And you can go to every convention there is. You can go to every seminar there is, and I guarantee you can take away something from it.
Yeah.
I've gone to hundreds of shows over the years, but every time I go, and even if it's the same seminar I've heard before, there's always something I'm going to take away from it.
Yeah.
And the great thing about being at these shows is meeting all the new pawnbrokers.
Yeah.
I mean, making new friends, and that's what really counts is finding out exactly what works for them, what they do.
Yeah, and being part of a community, right? I think we all want to be part of a community somehow.
Exactly.
And there's pawnbrokers here who brought their employees, their management staff, their general managers, and being an employee. I know this because of the podcast and because of the coaching I do, but being part of a community for somebody like a manager is very, very important, because they go to dinner with their friends who works at a bank, who does insurance, and they kind of get each other. But the pawnbroker's kind of like out on their own.
Right.
So meeting other pawnbrokers, getting together, sharing ideas is what it's all about.
And I laugh at. I was talking to one of the vendors earlier today, and she couldn't believe like you said, it's a community,
Yeah.
and that we all talk with each other, we share ideas. And I was telling her, I said, even my competitors down the road from me, if they have a problem, I help them out.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I can't believe that you do that. And that's like, well, I said, it's this way. They can make me look bad. We already have a bad stigma as pawn shops. So if my competitor or the person down the road looks bad, it makes me look bad.
Yeah.
Which you don't see in a lot of other businesses, jewelry industry, things like that. They're cutthroat. You can't be that way as a pawnbroker.
Yeah, I agree. I think it helps all of us.
Right.
If everybody increases their great culture, their marketing, the way the store looks, their image, it helps everybody out.
That's right.
So if the guy down the street is suffering, it's okay to be like, hey man, how can I help you out?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, it's competition, but it makes everybody more money in the long run.
That's right. Well, my dad once told me the only competition is yourself.
Yes, 100%. I agree. I love that. With that, Kerry, thank you so much for being on. Appreciate it.
Enjoy
Don't
it.
forget, we're here at the Capicon. You've got one more day if you want to show up tomorrow. You can just pay for the day. You can come check it out. Don't forget to check out the NPA as well, the National Pawnbrokers Association. I got to sit here, speak with the president. Hopefully, I'll have you on the podcast so we can talk about like your history in pawn.
Whenever you're ready.
And all that type of stuff. We'll get you on. So if anybody has a question, let me know. If not, thank you for being here. We'll do a couple more lives before I have some dinner tonight and I head home. But thanks for watching and stay tuned.